Hey everyone, welcome to the introduction episode of the Locked Off Logic podcast. I am one of your hosts, Tyler Schwab. My co-host will be joining us next episode, and for every episode from now on, Sam Sargent, cinematographer extraordinaire, who will be giving you his unique perspective on our culture, film, and the stories that inspire us. Sam and I have been friends for a long time. We went to school together. We watched a lot of movies together. We still go to movies together every month, twice a month. We always go see the new thing that the theater has to offer. Both of us have really been inspired by story, by video games, by people, by TV shows, by what's inside the cinema, and just have deep conversations about what we learn and what we're inspired by these different stories that are etched across our world. These stories that we can go to escape to, these stories that we can learn from. And so that's where the Locked Off Logic podcast came from. So we can share with you our thoughts on movies, culture, TV, video games, and inspiring people across the world. They're just doing some amazing things. Sam and I, we come from two different worlds. Sam is a cinematographer, and I am an activist against human trafficking. And so Sam is someone who creates film as art, and I'm someone who consumes film as a way to find inspiration. And so our perspectives are very different. Our insights are very different, but we always come away looking for the same thing, looking to be moved by these bits and pieces of culture and art and story that we find in our world. Along with reviewing different movies, talking about different movies, seeing these different stories portrayed in different media, we'll also be bringing on guests that are living a good story, that are living a story that could be a movie, that are living a story where those of us that are seeking inspiration can find inspiration. Got a whole line of guests lined up that are part of the film, part of the storytelling community, and then those who are just living a good story. Because the whole mission of this podcast is to find inspiration both inside and outside of the theater. And so join us. We'll be releasing episodes to start twice a month. Every Monday, every 2 weeks. You can find us on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts, on YouTube. Please hit the subscribe button on Apple Podcast, hit the subscribe button on YouTube. It's a very easy thing to do, and it really helps us out a lot. Leave us a nice 5-star review. Go into the comment sections and let us know what you want us to talk about. Let us know different stories, different people that we should bring on our show and talk with them and to raise awareness of what they're doing. Be on watch for our Patreon, where those of you that want to support the show financially can gain access to special content, including movie nights with me and Sam, and discussing those movies on the show together. And nothing makes me more happy than talking about my favorite movies, my favorite video games, my favorite TV shows with other people that share that interest or that have seen it and maybe thought something a little differently than I have. So this will be the last time you hear just me talking. For the rest of these episodes, Sam will be joining us. We'll be having these discussions. Our next episode is actually a deep dive into who Sam is as a person. And we're going to get this journey started. Welcome, everybody, to the Locked Off Logic podcast. I hope here you feel safe, you feel heard, you feel seen, you feel comfortable, and you're willing to engage in funny, honest conversation about the stories that make our culture what it is and the inspiring people that are living a story that could be on the big screen. And so hopefully we give a platform to some of these people to where their lives could potentially end up as a full feature film. Maybe. We'll see. Anyway, this is Tyler signing off from the Locked Off Logic podcast. Welcome again to our podcast. First episode release the first day of 2024. And 2025, the first day of 2025. We're excited to have you here, and we will see you in 2025. I think I said 2024 again, mistakenly. I apologize. We will see you in 2025, where our first episode will get released, where we'll be talking about, right off the bat, two bits of media that are very important to us. The TV show on Netflix, Arcane, and the movie Logan from the X-Men franchise. So without further ado, signing off, this is Tyler from the Locked Off Logic podcast. We will see you first week of 2025. Welcome.